All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. And it is a special day today, April 9th. What's going on April 9th? We're going back to April 9th, 1971. Sara Pierce, you're 50 years old today, and I am honored to have you on my show. You are my biggest supporter behind the scenes, and to have you actually on the show on your birthday is pretty amazing. So thank you and welcome, Sara. You haven't been on the show since Lionel Richie last year, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. I'd like to support from behind the scenes, but
right.
Here we are.
Here we are. All right, so let's get to it. We were going to talk about some albums that are turning 50 this year, and then we're going to talk about something else. But the albums that are turning 50 this year are Carole King's Tapestry.
Tapestry, yeah.
That's a really big one, right? We enjoy that one. Joni Mitchell's Blue, which that song, what's the song at Christmas time they play? But it's not a Christmas song.
Oh, that, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I'm not going to think of it right now.
Something about going down a river or something like that. River, right? Anyway.
It's called River.
Yes.
And then Sarah McLachlan sang it.
Yes. Perfect. Yeah. All right. Phew. As you can tell, we do not rehearse. It's one take here. It's one take, people. That's the rule in the cave. Jethro Tull, Aqualung.
Little flute.
Yep. The Stones, Sticky Fingers. Little Andy Warhol with the zipper. The Doors, L.A. Woman.
The Doors. Rip.
What's Going On? Marvin Gaye. Nothing. That's
another
a good.
rip.
Yeah. The Who, Who's Next? Baba O'Reilly, not Teenage Wasteland. Roger Daltrey, big fan over there. And the Led Zeppelin 4, which is Stairway to Heaven.
Oh, I was
and
say,
rock and roll.
Know which is which,
yes, right.
Okay.
That's okay.
Got it.
So, so that's cool. Those are all 50. All right, those are all cool things turning 50. So, other than the coolest thing on the screen turning 50, those are the next coolest albums that we would think turning 50. But we're talking about something else. We're talking about concerts because we've been hanging out with each other for 27 of those 50 years. So.
Oh wow, we've been together longer than
more than half your life.
Oh wow.
I didn't. Right. That's why we don't rehearse these things, Sara.
I never thought of
yes,
that
right.
before.
So 27 years we've been hanging out together. All right. So, and one of the things that brought us together was live music and concerts, right? We just connected on the music that we loved. And the very first concert we ever saw together, as far as I can tell, I'm pretty sure I'm right, is Pearl Jam on April 6th.
We did see one show, I think, before that concert. But we don't need to talk about that now. But I did think of that.
I did too.
Okay.
We'll have to. Well, we'll tell that story.
Okay.
Anyway. So the first music concert we went to was April 6th, 1994. So that's an anniversary coming this week. Pearl Jam live, Springfield Civic Center, general admission, up against the stage.
Those were the days. Squashed, like life-threatening, felt scary, against the wall like this. And to the point where my clothes had holes in them from being squashed up in the mosh pit.
And all the people being passed over our heads. Yeah. And Eddie Vedder right
there. Yeah.
It's hard to beat that concert. That was pretty epic, right?
Yeah.
We even skipped out of work to get the tickets for it. That was a big show.
Don't tell anyone.
Yes, right. And then not like 6 weeks later, we saw Pink Floyd, the Division Bell tour at Sullivan Stadium, now Foxborough Stadium, one of 3 shows there. That was also epic.
It was.
So, I mean, what a way to start a thing, right? Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. It was a thing. Our kids would say nowadays that's probably the equivalent of a situationship.
Oh, a situationship.
That's what they say.
That's right. We were a situationship.
We were definitely a situationship.
Yes, we were. And then off at Cornell, we saw live in '95. But we followed them around, we saw them 6 times in 2 years.
Western Connecticut, we saw them.
Yeah, I've not... Western Connecticut University.
Who's ever seen a concert at WestCon?
WestCon. We saw them there. And then
we saw them at random small clubs and things.
Yeah, we saw them raised from a pup.
Yeah.
And then John Lee Hooker in '95. That's the only blemish on all of our concerts, really, is because... as I've told this story before, but you were right, and I just wasn't ready in our relationship to admit that you were right, but I learned my ways.
I don't think you've ever admitted ever that I was, to this day.
I understand
is the first time
it.
I'm hearing
no, I get it. I took
Is
you
that
to
my
John.
birthday gift?
Yep, I took you to John Lee Hooker in California. We had to reroute our vacation because John Lee Hooker was playing in Tahoe, California,
Yep.
and I dragged you to that.
Yep.
And I went up against the stage,
Left
and
me.
I saw a legend playing his blues guitar, and I went back to check on her, and you said
Lionel Richie was better than
was
this.
better than that, and I said,
Which-
don't you ever say that again.
And I think
And-
we covered this when we talked about
Yes,
Lionel
but in
Richie
the
last
end,
time.
it's true.
It is true.
All right, some of the other concerts we've seen. We saw Fleetwood Mac, which we had the reunion tour. We had to reschedule some of our events from our wedding because it was on a Wednesday night before we got married. We were supposed to be in the Adirondacks. We didn't go. We moved it by a day and went to the Fleetwood Mac reunion tour instead. And then we saw them again
We've
a
seen
couple
them
of times,
yeah.
like 3 times. Once you were largely pregnant.
No, that was Eagles. I was
That's the
largely
Eagles.
pregnant.
Largely pregnant with
Zoe.
Zoe at the Eagles. We've seen Roger Waters like 7 times. We've seen Sarah McLachlan like 4 times. We saw her very first time in New Haven around 94 with the Chieftains on piano. She was on piano, and that was a small venue.
Yep.
We saw the Lilith Fair twice, so we saw the likes of the
I would've thought we
Cranberries.
saw Lilith more than twice, but
Maybe,
I'm sure you're
well, at least twice.
at least twice.
One of the times we were second row in the center. That was awesome. We saw Kiss. You saw Kiss.
I've seen it, yeah.
You were in the skybox for
Skybox.
corporate without me there.
Which is kind of weird to see Kiss from.
Yes, and I saw Kiss, and then we both saw Kiss. That's totally weird because you can't. Can you name a Kiss song?
Detroit Rock City.
Oh yes, good. All right, yes. Phew. All right, we saw the
I do
Spin.
know some Kiss songs.
Yes, sir, I know. We saw the Spin Doctors. We saw Guy Clark in '97. We saw No Doubt. Toad the Wet Sprocket. We took the Toad Mobile, a big van with a dozen of us to Infinity Hall out in Norfolk. That was amazing.
That was amazing.
Patti Smith, not that recent, recently, like the last few years,
Yeah.
was a huge surprise. I got you tickets on a whim, and
For like my birthday or something.
yeah, and it was. I said, let's take a chance, and it was awesome.
It was really good.
Awesome concert. We've seen Amos Lee a few times, the Cranberries a few times, U2 in '97. Pop Mart tour, standing up at Sullivan Stadium on the chairs. She says boo. Tom Petty. We saw Tom Petty. Did we see him more than once or just that one time? I've seen him a few
just
times.
once, and I earned myself a tetanus shot from that concert.
Why? What happened?
It was just some rusty rebar.
On the way out. At least it was on the way out.
I was trying to get out of that venue in the most efficient way. It turns
Yes,
out I
and
got myself a tetanus shot for
You
that.
turned around and you said, Tom Petty, you wreck me.
Yeah.
And you got a tetanus shot.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi, we saw with the Goo Goo Dolls at Mohegan.
Oh, yeah.
Don Henley, Indigo Girls.
Yeah.
And the most recent concert we've seen before COVID, the best concert that we've seen and the most recent one before COVID was Berlin and OMD with the B-52s. And the B-52s was, not very good. But Berlin and OMD, amazing. So good, right?
Very good. Totally. I would see them again. Did we talk about Bare Naked? Speaking of,
Oh, we didn't.
we didn't talk about, because same venue. We've seen Bare Naked Ladies there as well.
Yes, and Bare Naked Ladies
A couple times we've seen them. We've seen like some Christmas stuff with them.
We saw a
maybe?
Christmas jamboree at
That was at the Civic
Bushnell.
Center. Oh,
We saw 'em
you're
at the
right.
Bushnell.
No, yeah, you're right.
So we love Bare Naked Ladies. And we had tickets, when COVID hit, we had tickets to like 7 shows. Bare Naked Ladies and Toad, Roger Waters, Alanis Morissette.
Oh, yeah. I want to see her.
We had Broadway. We had, we
had a
had
bunch
Dear
of
Evan
stuff.
Hansen. We had a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So we can't wait for live music to come back because that's a big part of our lives.
So what else is on our list to see?
Well, now we got
Coldplay.
Coldplay,
We haven't seen
Roger
Coldplay.
Waters. We
That's
have
all-
to see
well, yeah.
again. We decided that one life goal would be to see a really good concert or big band not on this continent.
Yeah, and you know what would be a good one to do?
What?
The Cure. We could kill
We
a few
missed The
birds
Cure
with
in May
one
of
stone on
3
that.
years ago. We've not seen The
See
Cure.
The Cure abroad. That would be fun.
Yes. So if they're playing in like London or somewhere, we're just going to
We're
fly
there.
over and we're
We're
going.
going.
We need to say we've seen a concert over. I want to hear from people who've seen an epic concert overseas. Post below.
Yep.
So we've got goals. We got concert goals.
Concert goals.
All right. So the number one song when you were born was "Just My Imagination" by the Temptations.
Oh,
By the
really?
way, in case you didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that. I don't remember it.
Don't remember it, right? But Sarah, you're 50. Happy 50th birthday. Welcome to the club. amazing concerts we've seen, amazing more hopefully down the road when things come back. I'm looking forward to reporting about that.
You're
Thank you.
shouting out to all the other people who have birthdays today that we know.
We
The
have
list is really
Sarah,
long.
you're surprising me. You can do the list. Okay, we've got
Gosh.
Tom.
Tom Parcell, also 50 today.
Yep, shout out.
Shout out. Andrew Tariff,
Yep.
also 50. Jason Janoff, also 50. Graham Safino turning his big one today.
Yep.
We've got Kristen Baber. We've got Trevor Deese. We've got, I'm going to forget people. Natalie De La Cruz. Who else do we have?
I don't know what is up with April 9th's birthdays, but I don't know anyone
I'm
with
missing
November
people,
18th birthday,
too.
but we know like 20 people with April 9th
Yeah.
birthdays.
We're going to have to
That's crazy. Right.
I'm sure I missed people. Sorry.
It's all right. So happy birthday, Sarah. 50 years young. Looking forward to more concerts with you. Thank you for being on Song of the Day in the Rock Cave and for supporting me in this endeavor. You're awesome. Love you. You're amazing. Love this journey we're on. All right. So, are you going to do that?
Okay.
All right. So, enjoy it. Oh, so we don't even have a song of the day. The song of the day is, we didn't even talk about it. It's our first concert. We'll do Pearl Jam. We'll do a song from Versus. And that song will be Animal.
Okay.
Animal.
Okay.
All right? Pearl Jam Versus. Song of the day. Happy birthday, Sarah. Shout out. And as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.